So here we are. We have only one mushroom gained. But we're here to find the key to the Tail Cave, I believe. Oh. Up to the left there is a tanuki, it would seem. Alright, if you want to do battle, let's do it. And that tanuki would seem to have been the source of the sound of the traditional Japanese instrument, which makes sense. And I realize now that's the one place we haven't been. I think it's some other place that the designers intended you. They guessed that you would probably go early on, and indeed I did in my original playthrough. Hello.
As a raccoon, my nose is very sensitive to stuff like dust and powder.
That's all he says.
Oh, you're going to be lost thanks to me.
Yeah, he looks very triumphant there. Imagine that happening in the Lost Woods. We were zapped to the ferry. So we've been out of the forest this way, but we haven't really explored this area. What does this say? Crazy Tracy and Manbo's Pond. Yes. Fans will know. I probably have to not touch him. I can't do that either, apparently. And now I'm in trouble. We can't go there, but we can go here. Is this a good way to get out of trouble? Let's find out. Hello. One of your torches is out, ma'am. And there's a mouse friend here. Can you read your book? We can't read any of the books in the domiciles, it seems. Excuse me, mouse. Thank you.
Ah, it has the sleepy toadstool, it does. We'll mix it up something in a jiffy, we will.
I see. You mean mix something up for it, and it is us. Oh! Slow down there, witchy. Now you know what you're doing.
It's all ready, it is. Take care, as there's not much there. Why not try a bit in my hut?
You got some magic powder. Open the subscreen with plus and set it to either X or Y. Alright. So many options. Let's use X. Save Y for something a bit more primary. Just as I suspected.
Good job. Use it on your enemies and see what happens.
We still have 19 puffs of it.
If you run out, go to the forest, pick some toadstools, and I will make you more.
Oh, we can get the mushroom back? I don't know if you could do that in the original.
Come back without a toadstool, and you may have to pay a price for my leftovers.
Ah, all right. Well, look who it is. Welcome, Zankoth, and any friends who've trickled in with you. Hello, Mr. Cereal Cat. Good to see you. Ah, I can feel the energy just rolling in. It's beautiful, like a fine puff of magic powder. And there's Pambarino with the excellent Super Mario Maker 2 level from today. Hello to you as well. Cheers. And Tom is still here. You pulled him out of the woodwork. In case you didn't know, I am playing my first playthrough of Link's Awakening here, and we're pretty close to the beginning at this time. TY! Exactly. If you're so inclined, feel free to settle in and enjoy with us. If you're just gonna pop in for the raid, I'm thrilled. Just as much. Bogu says, wow, I was watching his head cause VOD and got sucked into the raid. That's great. Sorry about that unwitting fate, Bogu242. And also nice to meet you. I'm Steve. Anyway. Zankoth, apparently Bogu was nixed by the Automod for being profane. I don't understand how, and maybe someday I will know. And I guess Bogu would want to know that too. I used powder on the mouse, but it just dodged it. Anyway. I've added your name to the list of approved terms. Alright. Well, if everyone who wants to stay is comfortable, let's carry on. Oh, and Lexi's around too. She's, I think, getting tea. It sounds like she'll be back in a moment. And she'll be so surprised and delighted to meet anybody who does want to stay. Alright. We were not healed by that experience. But we do have a new tool to use against O, and our first Zora. Zoras are not good in this game. Anyway, we do have something else to use on this guy, who has not done us any favors so far. But I'm a little worried that Zora's going to attack us. Yep, there it goes. Ta-da!
I'm a changed blob, and that's not all I have to say.
Is that the right voice? I think it should be a little more... piddly-paddly. Zankoth, I'm gonna go cook something to eat. Catch you later, Steve. Zankoth, thank you for visiting. Nice to see you today. And I am fully in support of you cooking and eating. Let me just say that much.
Now that I have lips, I fantasize about playing one of these island songs on a flute. There are 3 hot local hits.
Anything else?
All 3 of those blobby bops are magic, literally.
This guy's hip.
If no other tool would do the job, pull out one of those songs you got stuck in your head.
Yeah, that Zora really is not on our wavelength. Oh no! Oh, it was the slightest slip. At least it wasn't a yellow game over. Oh man. Where do we start from? I haven't been actively saving. Let's find out. Right in front of him. Alrighty. Thank you, Electric Blob. Killed in cold blood after that pleasant conversation. One of the more ironic deaths I can think of in a Zelda game, you know? Anyway. Let's get more in the, let's get back to the gloomier forest mood. With another piece of power! You can feel the energy flowing through you. Yeah. Come on, Link, be powerful. There we go. Can I lift heavy things with a piece of power? No, of course not. That was fierce. Where did you land? There you go. Alright, now we have powder. So we can probably... We can probably make our way by that raccoon, who professes an allergy to it. Hello, Lexi, welcome back. You missed an epic raid, I'm afraid. But Zankoth says, welcome back when you're back. Hopefully you caught that at least. As long as you have tea, though, I think it's all worth it. Look at this, we're getting increasingly rich. Alright, raccoon. You don't just go and admit an allergy to powder unless you expect this to happen. It's quite a stunt.
The last thing I can remember was biting into a big juicy toadstool. Then I had the darndest dream. I was a raccoon. Yeah, sounds strange, but it sure was fun.
Thanks, Terran. I guess the habit of saying words like "tuh" kind of gave you away, but you know, you impeded our progress a little. So that Pong-like motion, that it is a Mario. Yes, you're not the first one to observe that this evening. Bouncing off all the diagonals as he did, that was very much a reference to the original game. Preserved it quite nicely. And this remake, despite its differences, does that kind of thing a lot, as far as I can see. The little beats from the Game Boy animations are well preserved. I'm all tuckered out. I think I better set a spell before I head home. You go to sleep too? Okay. Good night, Zankoth. Good night, Terran. Thanks for tuning into the stream, Terran. I don't know what that means because I'm just a kid. Let's move on. Ah, our first chest. There is the tail key. You can now open the tail cave gate. I think this owl is gonna... I'm a little worried it's gonna micromanage us. Lexi says Buddy is enjoying this as well. Hello, Buddy. That's my message to you. Owl says, take the key and go to the tail cave. Retrieve the instrument that is hidden there. Go now. That's my impression of Buddy. Lexi says, wow, tail key? Tail cave? I think it's pretty rude considering little No Tail has no tail. I mean, it doesn't mean that tails don't exist. And it's not really a sin that they do. It just speaks to our differences, which are to be appreciated. Aren't they? I guess it depends on what the differences are, but in general, there's plenty of room for it. Well, we're all offended. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry the Automod didn't catch it. Gapanga Swamp is to the right, Mysterious Forest is south. Who would have known that? Another house there, we can't get there. Likes. Hello, like. You going to try to consume me? Or if I smack you? Yes. So here's Gopanga Swamp, it would seem. Danger! Keep out. Except Breath of the Wild. Haha, just kidding. Except Bow Wow. Bow Wow? He's our large chain chomp friend. He's a little skittish, but... I guess if he was here, he could... romp? And these fish look a little... flamboyant. But you know, this is where they live. This is their home. Which makes it all the worse that I... destroyed one, but... there is an acorn there. Okay, I can close those up. Ah, yeah. That is kind of what happens, isn't it? You got a guardian acorn. It will reduce the damage you take by half. Flamboyant. That's great, Lexi, except I'm assuming you meant to put the U before the O. We can't strike the signs. I meant what I said. That's the spirit, Lexi. I'm going to take that as you were using the British spelling. That's my interpretation. Is that more charitable?
Bring, Orira speaking. Well, you know, there is a library in the village that might have some good information for you. Talk to you later. Click.
I was using the Lexinthian spelling, of course. Man, maybe I'll be able to meet Lexi at the next lexicon. I better brush up on my Lexinthian just in case. Hang on, let me practice it. Okay, hey man, hey dude. Yeah. So like, how are you gonna to test the hero? I guess I should probably drop that. It's been like half a dozen times now, but it's good to get mileage out of things. You already left the stream, but you came crawling back and you had tea. What kind of tea is it? Hmm? Okay. I think we have explored the entire woods, so now we are making our way back to the Tail Cave. It's Reveng Tea. It's spice. Is that more like Cynthian? This is a place we haven't explored yet. Now that we can. Is this going to be our first piece of heart? It is. Press plus to open the subscreen and see. Ooh, we can see. There it is. But couldn't we... Wasn't there another place where we could see that stuff? Where's our conversation view? Oh yeah, we have to press X. We can review all the owl's speeches. So I guess these are like the game critical speeches indeed. And the owl is the icon that represents them. Puddle Heart. Mr. Puddle Heart. Puddle Heart. Are you naming the piece of heart? We found one piece of heart. And no seashells. Look at this map. We've actually got a good third of it exposed. And there's a staircase that leads to jumping out of the well. Oh, that's right. In the original game, it just placed you there. You didn't jump out at all. Interesting. They had to do something there, huh? It's traditional to name your first piece of art, is it? All right. So now I think we have explored everywhere we can explore. Okay, we got a sword, but we need to be able to lift heavy things to go further along the beach. So I think the Tail Cave is really the only place left for us. That's not the right way. I don't know, Steve. If you make it a tradition, it's traditional. Yeah. And if everything can be something, then nothing is. That's the wisdom, right? But if you can say, if everything can be something, then nothing is to everything, then you can say it to nothing. Babe, everything is something. Oh my god, she's so cool. I have no response. I'm struck as speechless as this game when I put this key in this lock. It made 2 bars fall into the ground. What's the matter, Owl? Don't you want to come and say something? Because we did something? I guess not. Zankoth, how many years in a row do you have to do something for it to be considered tradition? Lexi, none, which I think we already knew. Douglas Swick, who is just arriving. Hello, Doug. Welcome. Says, in the first edition of the English version of the original Link's Awakening, when you approach the keyhole here and it tells you it's the tail keyhole, it says, tail keyhole. That's great. That makes me think that maybe I didn't play the first edition because I don't remember seeing that. But then how did traditions start? There's some confusion among the audience about certain aspects of society here. Doug, this is everyone. Welcome. Welcome back from Lebanon. To anyone who just came from Lebanon. Pamperino, whenever we commit to doing it again. Well, here we are at the first dungeon of Link's Awakening. The ambient noise is great, isn't it? Alright, do we have a map of the dungeon? There is a map screen of the dungeon. It's certainly not populated, though. It does show this room's contents, though, quite faithfully. The ambience is everything. New tradition starts the very first time. I'm a little creeped out. As well you should be. Alright, let's go very carefully this way. Hello, buzzy beetles. I don't know if that's really what you are. I don't remember whether the game would actually put you on pause like that when a key fell from the sky. You got a small key, you can open a locked door. Who would have thought that? So, there it is, up at the left by our life indicator. And some treasure. Now this is more faithful to the Game Boy's sense of space. One screen per screen.
That's how it was in my day.
You got the compass. Now you can see where the chests and nightmare are hidden. This compass has a new feature. Oh my gosh, it's actually there. A tone will tell you if a key is nearby. Wow, they left that in. That's so great. There's nothing new about that feature, now. Because people will remember it from, the original Link's Awakening. So what this means is, I think you hear the, boop, 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 boop sound if you enter a room and there is a key to be found anywhere in the room. Which is helpful because sometimes keys are hidden. Now, I think I noticed that this music has a really juicy little riff for the low double basses, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to listen for that next time. I'm not sure how the stream quality has been going. I decided to stream this at my good old, very conservative bandwidth rate of 500 kilobits per second. So I don't know if you've been seeing many artifacts as I walk around and the scenery changes, but in dungeons it's pretty sweet. Doug says, Steve, I think you'll be pleased to find that the text in this game is remarkably faithful to the original translation. I have certainly noticed that about some of it, and some of it is certainly not. But either way, I will be voicing my opinions as we go on. Let's warm and sanitize the sword on the torches. Actually, it looks like I can insert the sword directly into the metal. And Zenkos says it's looking good. There it is. Yeah. I don't think that was... Was it? I don't know. Maybe it was. And of course, I always associate the tonic 1 minor 7 chord with Zelda Dungeons because it was very prominently written in A Link to the Past's Light World dungeon music, too. Pamperino says, thanks for being on, Starfia. I'm going to sign off for now, but have a good stream. One more fond greeting to you, Pamperino. Thanks for spending a few minutes here today. I'm sure I'll catch you around. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. All right, we're back. Pamperino, OBS might have, or Twitch might have prevented my greeting from reaching you, but I assure you it was fond and well-wishing. Night, in case you're still here. And rest well. Okay, so I defeated a Buzzy Beetle, I stepped on a switch, I received another key, and now we have 2. So there's a welcome mat here, made of stone or metal or something, and there's an open pathway down there. Let's go for the open pathway. I'm going to take that as a sign of foreboding. We have some Stalfos Knights. Is that what these are? Yeah, they're really rattly in this version, huh? Alright. And I recognize that door at the top. It looks... I'd say it looks human-like, but we don't really look like humans, do we? At last, you got a map. Press minus to look at it. I think I was particularly surprised about this compass has a new feature because the places where it seems like the text was deliberately and quite clearly updated seems to have been for the benefit of, you know, players who are new to the series, whereas something like that might just confuse them. Last, you got a map? Press yes. Okay, let's look at the whole map. There it is. So this dungeon looks kind of like the Tail Key itself. That is very original Zelda kind of thing, which we didn't really see for a while in the series. Until this point, since the original, really. So that human-looking door, human in quotes, is like a one-way door. I think we can go through it, but then we won't be able to get back. So we have to decide whether that's what we want. Hello, returning beetle. Let's go through here. Looks like just another chamber with some cracked floors. And those bats were ready to pounce. Aren't they? And a guardian acorn. Okay, a locked door, our first one. And a good old spike trap. Look at how physical it looks. And what about this? That can be pushed. I probably shouldn't have pushed it that way. Oh, the dungeon music is kind of faded. Oh, okay, so this is a larger area. It's not just one screen per screen. Interesting. And the sound of the compass came when we entered its bounds, so to speak. You got 20 rupees. Joy! And of course a piece of power, you gotta have that. And another key, okay. And now 400 more keys. That's just a pit. I kind of wouldn't mind hitting the mini-boss at this point. Hey, we have a map. Is that the mini-boss room right there? Could be the room after that. Because there's some treasure here we might want. Is that like a place where you have to bomb the wall? I think that might be the room with the mini-boss. But that's pretty close to the room with the boss. Okay, I'm not gonna sweat it. We can't get over there. We can go through the locked door to the west, though, so let's do that. Hello. An owl statue in the wall. I think in this game you need to find the beak for the statue. Get off me. So that the owl can talk. Lexi says, I knew it. The owl's evil. Yep, you got it all figured out. Well done. The beakless statue is saying something. You can't make it out. That opened this door. We defended ourselves with the sword. Shield time. Yep. We all know that little technique. From A Link to the Past, don't we? A staircase. A classic staircase. Ooh. And now here is a unique feature of Link's Awakening. I guess Zelda 2 wasn't for nothing. We managed to keep... Oh, there's a bit of a backbeat to this version of the music. We managed to keep side-scrolling areas, and that's where Mario enemies really shine in this game. They were usually found underground. Yeah, the percussion really spices this version of the music up, huh? Well, would you look at that? A flying 3 hearts. I was thinking that the main item in this dungeon might come after the mini-boss, but now I think it's going to be right here. There it is! You got the Roc's Feather. It feels like your body is a lot lighter. Finally, something else to put on the Y button. Oh, Y button. There it is. Link can jump. For the first time since Zelda 2. Or Cliffs. Let's see how he goes from side to side. You can easily clear one tile. Tom says, well, even the original had some side-scrolling perspective, the dungeon, treasure, and warp runes. You're right. That's true as well. So maybe that's a bit of an homage to the original. You're right, it really does have that feeling, doesn't it? And now we can jump. So I thought I would, You know, a Nintendo veteran is used to having A as the button to jump and maybe B, but since you kind of elevate yourself by doing it, I think we'll actually put this on X, so the button that is facing up on the pad is the button you use to jump. That's what I'll do. And then we'll use Y for the thing you throw out in front of you. We still need a beak. There are 2 beakless statues here, but now we can go. Well, this certainly enables us a bit, doesn't it? It's an enabler. Oops. I used Y to strike the sword. Of course I did. So this makes the controls actually kind of linked to the past, like. Okay, let's go through this locked door to our right. Yeah, looks like that. That is a place that we could not have gone without the feather. Ooh. Spade. 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 What a cool looking room. I think the original game had a unique look for this room too. It wasn't quite this, but it was something that made you feel like it was a bit fancier. Ah, look at that beaky shape. You found a stone beak. Now find an owl statue to fit it into. You have a talent in spades. Why, thank you. Turn aside the spined ones with a shield. Yes, I have done that. Well, I don't know if we're going to be back at those other 2 statues with beaks for a while, so I think we'll go check them out now. We will beak track, if you will. I managed to do that twice in a row. On the plus side, we know that Link has vocal cords. It is convenient to have a shield at the ready. You don't need to use one of your 2 buttons on it. Turn aside the oh, it's the same thing. Does the other statue say the same thing too? If there is a door that you can't open, move a square block. Ah, I see. Why would the builders of a dungeon include... I'm not sure how that would have ended. It could have been anything, couldn't it? I could still use a heart. Would anything here like to give me one? You can't pass those blocks. You're clearly flying at ground level, bat. Why would the builders of a dungeon include a statue helpful to their enemy? Maybe they had like a rogue architect who was on the job, you know? Or maybe this is all just some kind of test in the spirit of the monks. Oh, hi. Yep, we're gonna jump over that, aren't we? Ooh, can I strike my sword while I'm in the air? Yeah, I can, on the way down. That's pretty deft. Nice. And I can kind of obstruct you. I just like Isles, man. He exploded. And we got a fairy out of it. I didn't really see the fairy. I saw that it was a shape. It kind of had an uku look from what I could see. I think this is a portal that goes back to the beginning of the dungeon. which might be convenient if we needed that. But it really isn't much of a walk away. You could probably get there in 30 seconds or so. So, we could go there. I'm guessing a bomb is the answer, but we don't have any bombs. And there is treasure we can get there too now that we have the feather, which did not occur to me on return. So we'll have to go get that, won't we? Is it bombs? Or a bomb something you just get later on in this game? I don't remember offhand. We opened a block. It looks kind of important though. Oh, it's gotta be a key then, huh? It is a key, and it is an important key. You got the nightmare key. Now you can open the door to the nightmare's lair. Boss key, big key, something key. Lime pie key. Speaking of pie, okay, so we could go straight in through there, but what's down here? Ay, ay, ay. A power-up and 3 ominous-looking bodies. It looks like they're not doing much these days. Hi, guys. How's it going up there? Is one of you the owl architect? Alright. I'm making a homemade pecan pie from an historical recipe. How'd you like my pronunciation? It sucks, thanks for asking. At least they appreciated it. He was really close to the boss. Oh my gosh. I only fought him like a minute and a half ago. Buzz, outsider. Hi, Moldorm. Why, you get a name in this game? How about that? Sorry about this, old chap, but I'm gonna smack you in the tail. I guess you get some free time. You get a grace period to wander around like that, huh? Yeah. No, not quite. Ooh. It's not looking good for me. It curls up now and then. How'd you get away from me? There we go. Pro gamer tip, don't die. A hamburger. Burger. Interesting interpretation. Well, this is nice. I could bask in this for a little while. That's quite a good reward for beating a boss, huh? I can't leave. That's not such a good reward, but I should be able to drop down there, right? I guess we'll find out. Might as well replenish ourselves. Well, this place is certainly nicer with this music, isn't it? Tom says, of all the bosses in A Link to the Past, that one always gives me the most trouble. The Moldorm in Link to the Past is quite tricky. It's nice that it doesn't kill you that many times, though. It just bumps you that many times. So could I wander through the entire dungeon now? Oops. This is great. What if we teleport? Does the music restart? It's not going to let us teleport? Oh yeah, we have to stand on it for a minute. Okay, let's suppose we leave and then go back in. Now the music resets. And Doug says, can you start climbing a ladder during a jump? I'll give it a try. Could you in the original? I found that I could swing my sword during a jump. That's awesome. Oh, and I can do a... Yeah, that's right. A vertical. Okay, hang on. Interesting. Okay, I did hold it. Nice. Alright. I don't recall whether you could climb from a jump. Okay, time to find out. Here we go. Yep. But I know that you could do everything with your sword during a jump that you could do on the ground. Right. Yeah, that's good. I guess I was surprised because I didn't expect it for some reason. I don't know why I wouldn't have expected it. You got a heart container. Your maximum number of hearts increased and your health has been refilled too. As expected. So we should be in this room with that soothing music, but now we're in this room with the dungeon music. We're living wild. This is a really nice feeling room in this version. Wow. It's comforting. It must be warm. Maybe it would actually be fairly toxic. All right, let's get whatever this is. You got the old man cello. Just kidding. It's the full moon cello. Look at that dialogue box. Has one resonant cello. It even kind of echoes on the final note. And it sucked in some energy from around us or something? Swamp. Our path opens in the blooms. One path opens. Once again, I'm surprised not to see the owl. Thy next foot. Yes, of course. Here he is. Whew, I'd have been worried if he didn't show up at this point. Lexi says, I mean, all things have gravity, but this is a moon cello, so, you know, it drags things in. Not even light can escape the moon cello, the full moon cello. That is an instrument of the sirens. I have to admit, at first, I did not believe you were real. That instrument, along with 7 others in the set, has the power to wake the windfish. Now it's becoming slightly clearer. You must collect them all. Trademark. I was instructed to give you directions. Thy next foe is north, in Gopanga Swamp. Indeed. You didn't believe I was real? You're a talking owl, man. At least your shadow is nicely rendered. You got that going for you. All right. We have a little more time tonight, so I think we'll do our obligatory wandering around. Now, let's remember that I didn't have a bomb during that first dungeon, and there was a room that we couldn't access. At least, not as far as I know. Maybe we could have accessed it. Oh, hi, guys. Hey, buddy, it's serious. Yeah, really serious. Yeah, it is. The moblins came to the village. Moblins? Yeah, that's right, a whole gang of moblins. Then it's for real. They all went to the house. Yeah, that house, and then they did something at Bow Wow's house. It was a really bad scene with the moblins. So, I mean... It might be faster to find out for yourself what happened. Yeah, all right. I'll take care of it, guys. Lexi says, your owl voice has a touch of Sulu in it. It's nice. Oh, yes. Well, thank you. Hi, Bow Wow's owner. It's terrible. My Bow Wow was dog-napped by moblins. Please, somebody help my poor Bow Wow. Doug, I think this was the first time that a Zelda game called them moblins instead of moblins. Ah, yes. All right. Hello, Clucker. Well, we could take care of that. But of course, we could also mow this lawn. Oh, hello. Oh, that was lovely. You found a secret seashell. But what do you do with it? I think we can... Yeah, we can press our way through these two. This is a way to make money, isn't it? Wow, we're 131 rupees richer than when we arrived on this island not 2 hours ago. She's Madame Meow Meow Meow. She likes dogs. Well, you know, we don't choose our names. Look at this dude. Here we are at the trendy game. That's it, all right.
Trendy game. One play, 10 rupees.
Trendy gamester.
The buttons move the crane. The rest is just timing. Good luck.
All right. Up and right. X and A, okay. Oh, okay. We only get one press of each button, right? I doubt that's gonna do it. We'll find out. These games are rigged. The claw has no strength to it. Tom says, possibly yes for game, but I think the old, well, excuse me, Princess Zelda cartoon called them Moblins. Oh, yes. Doug says, this game's a little different now. A little bit harder, a little bit trendier. Well, you have to, you know, you have to give something to get something. All right. That light looks like it's shining right on Yoshi's beak. There we go. Oh, and it kind of starts to fall out, too. Can it fall out?
Challenge again?
You bet. We gotta spend our dough somewhere. Lexi, they are rigged, that's true. Their strength gets stronger as they reach a money goal. That's right. Is that true? Is that really true? You got a Yossi. Yes. Oh man. You're right. It is trendier. Yeah, we'll do a little more. Oh man. We'll try it. I don't think so. Maybe? Maybe? It centered itself rather nicely, actually. I'm sensing a trend. You're just trying to prove yourself right, Doug. I'm gonna make my cash back, aren't I? Wouldn't be bad to get some extra magic powder. Come on, Rupee, you stay in there, you stay in there. Aw, man. Would this be my 5th time coming up? I'd break even if I did it this time. Well, let's just see. So physics-based. Maybe I can shield surf.
Just give me a holler whenever the mood strikes you to play.
That's what he sounds like. Look at this. You can just go in here and take all these things. You got a Yoshi doll. You can't count how many games you've seen him in now. You got 50 rupees. Your wallet is bursting. Now, is you can't count how many games you've seen him in now new to this version of the game? Because he would only have been in a couple by then. You got a piece of heart. What a rare find. That would be 2. Anything else to tell me, mister? Yes, that is new. That's what I thought.
Whoa! You won the Yoshi doll. We've been trying to do that forever.
Our mom is really desperate to have one. She's not gonna want it now, is she? She's busy being concerned about Bow Wow. She's not gonna take it, right?
It's terrible.
Yeah, same thing. Well, since we're in a state of emergency here, let's go fishing. In the original version of the game, the text there said something about how Yoshi was turning up in a lot of games lately. That's right. He really was a hit. That isn't their mom. Let's fish.
Okay, here's how you do it. Hold A and release it to cast your line out. The longer you hold it, the farther you cast. You can tug on your line by moving the L stick. If you want to reel it in a hurry, keep tapping A real quick. You've got this, little buddy.
And now let's just forget about the situation and do some relaxing fishing. This version of fishing really makes use of the whole screen, doesn't it? What's that down there? Aw, man. We snagged it against a fish. 10 more rupees out of the pocket. That's why they get you. I don't want the fish, but I'm gonna get the fish. Nope, he's fine. He's dodging it. That fish is kind of protecting whatever treasure I had snagged. He actually went after it. Did he? I don't know. There we go. Hi, fish. Welcome to the land, I guess. Just like me, it's small. That's 14 inches. And it's almost as tall as me. Ooh, this fish had a piece of heart in its mouth. All right. You look pretty proud of yourself. That's my first fish. I love this close-up shot of Link with his fish. Exactly. Down you go. Quick, pull it up before that fish sees it. It goes after it. Man, that bottle would make great bait, huh? Catch a cheap cheap. They really don't seem interested in the hook. They just want the bottle. It's easy enough to hook the bottle. Goodness knows I want this bottle. I can hold A. And the control stick actually seems to do nothing at this point. I was able to jiggle it when the hook was free. The large green fish is handsome. Yeah, it's nice. He's probably pretty big around the pond. Don't go for the bottle. You stay out of this. There we go. I forget whether you get anything for clearing out the pond. Can't remember. You hauled up a fairy bottle. It's good for storing fairies for later. It's actually called a fairy bottle. Ooh, that's good.
All fished out for now, that's okay. You can come cast with me whenever you want.
Thank you, sir. Let's check this out. We can sort of swipe it. The fish isn't... I mean, the fish. The Cucho isn't concerned. How's the other one doing in here? Are you still just enjoying life? Yeah, things are pretty tranquil in here. Why do you always say Cucho? I wondered if you'd comment on that, Doug. I think it's because it seemed to be what the spelling was at the time, and it stuck with me. Looks like Terran's home, catching some Z's. Where else can a man snore if not in his own bed?
Well, if you don't know, call old man Rara. Zonk.
That's a good point. Tom decided to make a few Totina's party pizzas for dinner. That's a beautiful sentiment.